What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to FFTV, and we are excited for this one. I've got to be honest, we are excited for this one. Obviously, got to get the England shirt on, got to represent the nation. And here we are, England against Croatia. Will it be payback time? We really need to obviously pay back Croatia. We got knocked out in the semi-finals, obviously the World Cup, which I think Croatia were a better team. And today's team, you've seen it, very experienced from Croatia, some deadly players, and we got to get to grips with them quite quick. But you know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. Really do appreciate it. And appreciate people popping in, I imagine, while you're watching it on the normal TV. But we've got a lot of newcomers over the last 24 hours. It's been magnificent. Well, 48 hours, all the new subscribers, the likes of Ashton and Peter who have popped in as well. Obviously, Peter's saying, come on, England, come on, England. And obviously, Ashton is saying, this lineup doesn't look good for me. Yeah, well, we're going to get onto the lineups right now. Obviously, the standout one for me, and I think for everyone, is no left back. Kieran Trippier is playing left back. And I don't understand why, because he can't even use his left foot. Chilwell's not even in the squad. And sure, so it's a strange one. Just like Ashton says, Croatia's midfield is dangerous. Come on, if you get the one thing we can't do is give Modric any time because he is the only player over the last, 15 years to win the Ballon d'Or away from Messi or Ronaldo. So it tells you what we know what he's about. He's probably the best, one of the best midfielders in the world. And even still now, you look at the way that he plays, he'll boss a game because it's a position you don't really need to have a lot of legs. But we'll get onto the team roundabout now. But first of all, thank you for tuning in, everyone. I know that a lot of you will be watching it on normal TV, maybe out having a few bevies. I get it. But you know, while I'm watching it, it's always best to watch it along with everyone else. But like Ashton said, playing no left back is bewildering. I just don't understand it. I really don't. So let's go into the squads. If you've already seen it, but I'll just run through it and I'll see what I think about it. So first of all, let's go into the England lineup. So a strange one. Here we are. So this is your England lineup. Obviously, Pickford, we know. The rest of it really picks itself. So you've got Mings and Stone centre-half, which we thought. He can't go for a free at the back, which he likes to do against the better teams, just because we don't have the personnel. Walker, as expected. Trippier. Now, Gareth Southgate has just said that the reason that Trippier is playing is he's experienced. He's better at one-on-one defending. So he'll be able to stop crosses from coming in the box. That's basically what he said. Now, bear in mind, this team will not be the team that continues all through the tournament. You need to swap and change things. But this is a team that he can't. This is a game that he doesn't really want to lose because it's momentum. So Trippier on the left, which is a bit weird. He's then got Rice and Phillips, as we thought, to protect that back four. He's then got Mount, understandably. I think that's a no-brainer. I think Foden is a no-brainer for me, even though Curtis was saying he prefers him on the right. Sterling is gone for experience, so it's either going to be Sterling or Rashford for me. And Kane, obviously, straight down the middle. So the surprises for me are Sterling starting probably ahead of Rashford. I know one of them would start. And Sancho not even in the full squad, along with Chilwell. And nothing else really surprises me except for Trippier. I would have played Bellingham, but he's going out there to try and protect because he knows this is a very dangerous team. Very dangerous team. So, yeah, I mean, Sterling does offer something very different. We know he can get in behind. He's not had the best of seasons, but he was due one. He's still only 26, I think, or 27 years old. Will cause a lot of problems. So I can see why he's in there, but I thought he might have gone for Rashford, to be honest. So we then go on to the Croatia. So let's go on to Croatia. We know what they're very experienced. We know what they're about. They're a very, very good team. And they'll be aware that England will be looking for the revenge. They'll be aware of that. So here we are with the Croatia squad. So the Croatia starting 11, obviously you've got, if I get some names wrong, bear with me. So Livakovic, we've got Slavsko, Vida, Kaletakar. I know it's not Vidial, I think you pronounce it. Brozovic, Kovacic, Modric, Kramaric, Ribek, and Perisic. We know they're attacking players. We know about Perisic. For me, he's won the Champions League. He's just won the Serie A with Inter. He's a world-class player. He does it year in, year out. He's very experienced. He's very awkward winger. He likes to come inside. So Walker is not the best when someone wants to come inside. When it comes to Walker, he wants the players to go down the outside and try and beat them for pace. So it'll be interesting to see how Walker does against Perisic. Got to be honest, it really will. So let's have a look what everyone's saying. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for popping in. I know you're going to be watching this game. So the fact that you even come in into the community and had a little chat with me, I really do appreciate it. So Chris is saying, got the match on TV. Are you on the laptop? Hey, I might be a bit better than old Shearer. Though we'll see about that. But yeah, good to know, Chris. Love the support. Too hot in the local. Yeah. So, but look, some people, even though we can choose to go out, some people have decided to stay in, which is strange. My daughter's gone out to watch it. She doesn't even like football, but she said she's just gone for the atmosphere. So I said, be careful. Make sure you're careful. Ashton's doing the same. Love it. You get it on the TV. Get me on in the background. That'll be great. And then put your thoughts in here as well, everyone. Ashton's put maybe Southgate thinks because Trippier and I think it's Velasco play both at Atletico that they might know each other's better game. Yeah, they might know each other better than anyone else. You've got a good point there. You've got a really good point. Gareth Southgate did say he's played him in there because he's the best defender, but he can't even use his left foot. Josh, big up Josh. Thanks for popping in. Really do appreciate it. Ashton said, big up Josh, big up Josh. Yeah, big up everyone. Big up, big up. But yeah, I'm very, very surprised. I mean, what are your thoughts, everyone? I mean, anything surprised you? Would you have changed anything else? Would you have put Bellingham in rather than Phillips? You know, would you? Definitely, most people would not have put Trippier in. I got to be honest, because he can't use his left foot. That's what the only that bothers me a little bit. How are we going to get the ball to Foden? It's a strange one because a lot of the time the left back will get the ball and he'll look for his widest player on the left and he'll give him the ball and give him the ball. And Foden needs the ball in those areas. So I am a little bit surprised that Kieran Trippier is playing. He likes Kieran Trippier a lot. Kieran Trippier got done for betting. Kieran Trippier got done for a lot of things, as Josh just put in here. It's a gamble playing Trippier left back. Well, yeah, maybe because he is a gambler. I'm surprised Grealish isn't playing. You know what? I'm not surprised Grealish isn't playing, to be honest. I've got to be honest, Ashton, is because Mount's going to play in here. Mount's been the best English number 10. So that's why he's going to play there. He's been awesome for Chelsea. Grealish has not really played in that 10. So you could only probably play him ahead of Foden. Now, would you play him ahead of Foden? The one thing is against Croatia is they're not exactly lightning at the back. So a little bit of pace is probably what we needed. And even though Foden's not lightning, he's very good at traveling with the ball. The only thing that concerns me is when I look at the England team, I see boys. When I look at the Croatia team, I see men. And I see experienced footballing men. When I look at the English team, I don't see that. They look, I don't know, it's soft. I think it's because they're just inexperienced and they're a lot younger. And I'm all for giving you for Blast, always. All for giving you for Blast, but not many young teams and kids do well in tournament football, do they really? You know, this is going to annoy me, this white T-shirt underneath. Got it underneath. Might have to take it off. Yeah, so that's the only thing that I see. I do see men against boys at times, but we'll see how the game starts. We really will. I don't know if anyone's seen the Modric interview, but Modric was quite vocal in saying England have got the advantage because they're playing at home. Also, they took the way that the press were and the world against them in the semi-final. They took that as a bit of a motivational pitch, really, because they said they got disrespected the last time they played England. So they went out to prove a bit. Now, just looking at the England squad, yeah, there's a lot of youth, and this is a very, very big day for a lot of people at Wembley in the Euros, playing for your country. So we might get a tune out of this England squad, and they might really go for it. I hope they do. I hope they let the leashes off. Why is Mings playing? Well, because we ain't got no one else to play, Ashton, unfortunately. What's Chris saying? Well, let's not even go there, Chris. Hey, let's not even go there. Every time we play competitions, have you ever noticed? I was talking to my wife the other day and I said, when we play competitions, the camera always finds the ladies from that country: Sweden, Colombia, Brazil, Portugal, Spain, Croatia, Russia. And they all seem to be world class. And then they go to the English crowd, can't find one. I'm not saying that. Listen, there's plenty of beautiful women in England, beautiful. But I'm sure they do it deliberately. I'm sure they do it deliberately, honestly. When I've been abroad, though, like I should say, there are a lot of very, very pretty women out there. But let's just hold it there, Chris, before you get everyone in the chat excited. Let's get back to business. Here we are, Chris. Do you think Modric has passed his best? It's hard to say, is he past his best? Probably, yeah. But as you get older in that position, you get better. So I think you'll see today doesn't really have to beat a player. Very, very clever, unbelievable player for me. Beautiful to watch. And I use that word with so much passion. Modric to me is beautiful to watch, the way he moves the ball. Daniel's popped in. What's happening, Daniel? Hope you are well. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Daniel. Hope you are well. Are you watching it with me in the background? How are you watching the game? Let us know. Let us know. Ashton said, Chris, Modric plays football in his own time, whereas most players rely on pace. Yeah, he plays that role so well. He's probably the best in the world still at that role. Holding midfielder. He's playing, well, they play like a deep three, don't they? So Modric is going to be slightly to the right with Brozovic in the middle, Kovacic on the other side. So you can have like a three. But Modric, they will just do this. They will just do this. Perisic will be a lot of the time out there. What we've got to watch out, Perisic is very dangerous at getting in the box late. And I think that's why, check the big dogs, Roberto Carlos, Luis Figo, and Foden's dyed his hair. What are you thinking about this hairstyle, everyone? A lot of the media jumping on about Gaza. I'm not too sure about that one. The haircut. I was thinking maybe Grealish could be our Modric. Yeah, they have similar things, but Modric is one that goes deeper than he. Jack Grealish likes to get the ball maybe in the final third, and he likes to then do his bit and link. Modric goes deeper and looks to wrap it round the corner, and that kind of player, if you know what I mean. Am I a little bit too high? Let's sort this chair out. Here we are. Is that better? That might be a bit better for you. Yeah, so we will see how the game goes on. Josh has put, Rice and Phillips are going to have a lot of work to do against Modric. I think they're in there to condense the space, I've got to be honest, because they can't allow Modric and Brozovic to dictate the play. So we are underway. Let's see how we go. In my opinion, he's the best deep line player. Oh, he's unbelievable. He's unbelievable at Spurs. So when he went on to play for the best, some of the best teams in the world, you knew he was going to be outstanding. And you're watching it with me. Okay, Daniel, let's go. My camera is bang in the middle of my big monitor. So if I miss things in the middle, let me know, especially with all these names. And half of the pitch, this is what I hate about Wembley. Half of the pitch when it's sunny is always in the shade. It's a nightmare. Used to do my head in playing on pitches like that. But these won't be bothered. So if you didn't check in the last video about Eriksen, amazing news. I hope all of you looked at that yesterday and thought how lucky we are to even be, here today. But thankfully he looks like he's going to be okay. So yeah, but it was very emotional. I'm sure a lot of people shed a tear. I know I did. And my wife was in absolute shock, but hopefully he's well for his family and everyone else. And I don't think he'll be playing any in the tournament, but hopefully he gets back to playing soon. So yeah, thoughts are with his family. So Phillips, as you can always, going to get it really deep. Interesting to see how Croatia will they change the way that they play, knowing that knowing that England will play a low block and look for the back, to press their back four. Interesting. Mings, he's a liability, but I don't think we've got no one else to play really, have we? Let's be honest. Peter's put, Grealish should have started today. Thoughts? Where would you have played him, Pete? Where would you have played him? Actually, I was always jealous that Eriksen plays for Spurs and not for Arsenal, but I'm glad he's stable and awake. Yeah, he's a proper baller. Yeah, proper footballer. Another one who you just love watching. So we're keeping the ball a little bit at the moment, not really going anywhere. Kieran Trippier, who can only use his right foot. puts it into Sterling. Sterling wraps it round the corner. Trippier's got it again. Trippier started off all right. He's had a couple of decent touches. Sterling. So we're looking lively at the minute. We've had most of the ball. But remember when we played him in the FA Cup? FA Cup. If Croatia were in the FA Cup, we'd all be in trouble. Remember they played him in the World Cup? We had spells, but the experience from Croatia, they won that game. Perisic just does a cheeky megs on Sterling. Perisic, as we know, if you would have known football, very, very good player. Very good player. World class, in my opinion. Pete's put instead of Sterling. The only thing about that, Pete, and that's what I was thinking. Me, Foden's definitely on this team sheet. Obviously, Mount's the best number 10 at the moment in there, Kane up top. And I thought it was going to be Rashford or Sterling. I wanted Sancho. And the reason is, I think, is because pace. We are playing a very experienced, but also sometimes aging Croatia team. And pace can always be a problem. And I think England the best when they play like we play in the Premier League. The reason we struggle internationally is because we don't take the Premier League high intensity into international football. Sometimes you can't because the opposition slow down the play. And let's be honest, the reason we did well in the World Cup was basically because we had a very easy route to the semi-final. But for me, I think if England play the way that they played in the Prem, high press, they would do a lot better. Kovacic is on the back to Perisic. Perisic is facing two. Comes back into Modric. Modric will look around the corner, skips past Phillips. Phillips is walking. I'm not sure why you're walking, son. We're only 3 minutes in. You shouldn't be walking. Perisic trying to twist up Walker. Walker has no joy. Ref gets in the way. He's played on. Oof. He was going to play on there, and Modric was looking for a 1-2, but I think the English players stopped, and the ref quickly brought it back because the English players stopped, touched the ref, and then he allowed Modric, and then Modric saying, hey, where's the advantage? Interesting. So that's me, Pete. Yeah, I think that's the only reason he's not played Grealish. Grealish is not lightning getting him behind. He's not got that natural. He wants to come to the ball all the time. I think that's why, mate. Croatia not happy that they have got the ball back, but they've had to come back. England have got all their players back behind the ball now, and now they've put it out. England throw. 5 minutes in, England have had comfortable on the ball. Kieran Trippier's had 2 or 3 passes on the inside. Only thing that bothers me is he can't use his left foot. Sterling's got half a yard. He's done well. He's going to slide it into Foden. Foden's one-on-one. Get in the box. Get in the box. Get in the box. Use your left. Foden wraps it round. Hits the post. Oh, my God. Foden's hit the post, and that's what he's in the team for. Phillips back out to Walker. Foden's hit the post. First 5 minutes. Great. Trippier's got a throw. Just go for it now. We've still got the ball. Let's get back to that in a minute. Foden, we're keeping the ball now. Foden's got the ball. Phillips. Right, we're back now. Let me go through it then. You're probably watching it. Trippier's got the ball. A great movement from Sterling. He's thrown it inside. There's a huge area in the middle of the pitch. Sterling's gone in. All of a sudden, he's on the back four. Give it to Foden. Get in the box. Foden gets in the box. He allows him. He allows Foden to come in and use his left, which is bad defending. He absolutely. Who's gave that? Kyle Walker's gave the ball away straight into. Keeper's ball. Foden's opened himself out and whipped it. He's like whipped it. It's hit the post. No look. I think Sterling was following up and it's dropped the other side of him. Unlucky. But yeah, very unlucky. Sterling's in again with the pace. Skipped over, but good start. Very good start. Very unlucky. It's just going to go for the replay now, but it was great movement in the end. Oceans in the middle. Poor from Croatia. Sterling's just great way to pass. Keep him out of the box. He's not. Foden's gone inside. Whipped it. He's hit the post. Oh, it's great technique. Look. Oh, I love him. He's going to be our best player for generations, this kid. If we allow him to, he's going to be our best player. Naturally, I know people talk about Grealish, but for me, Foden is unreal. He's the first player I've seen in a long time who could walk into a Brazilian, a Spanish, a Portuguese team. He's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic for me. Their manager is well dressed. Yeah, suave. Maybe Grealish will come on a super sub if needed. Yeah, maybe. Definitely, it's not going to start. We're in again. See what I mean? The pace is just getting him behind now. Mount ran from this number 10, so deep roll. He's got him behind. That's how you're going to cause problems against this team. Getting behind. Getting him behind. Pace will always do well. Sterling's just done some decent footwork into Kane. Kane's a penalty. Sterling's in one-on-one. Puts it across. Great defending in the end. Great defending in the end. But we're looking bright, people. We are looking bright. Croatia, yes, they're experienced, but the little bit of sharp movement, the little bit of pace, that'd be the one that does them. He's just onside, I think. Sterling comes in. First touch is not bad, but it's good defending in the end. It's great defending in the end. I think it's Kalita Carr. I think that's how I pronounce his name. Yeah, you've made a good point there, Ashton. Similar to Isco. Obviously, he's a bit more lightweight. He's a bit quicker on the ball, but yeah, he's got that technique. He's got great technique. Mount with the corner. Good start from England. 8 minutes in. Goes to Stones at the back stick. Can't get the header in. Goes for Phillips. Great technique. Goalkeeper saved it. Oh, we're on top at the minute. It's a good start. Good start. Great technique from Calvin Phillips. Trippier with the ball now. Back out to Rice. It's a good start. Very good start. England looking very sharp. Foden, Sterling. Calvin Phillips having a decent opportunity, but you need to take your opportunities against Croatia because they will get chances and they are experienced and they can finish. You know, you always know the same. Mount's got half a yard. He's looking ahead into Sterling. We're just a little bit sharper than them at the minute. We're moving the ball a lot quicker than them. We're sharper at the moment. Like a lot of people are saying, this is not going to be an easy game. Don't underestimate Croatia. But we've started off very, very well. Stones to Walker. Don't come all the way back. You don't need to. Keep the ball. Keep the ball into Walker. Just play it again into Walker. Foden tries to go around the corner, tries to pop Kane in. Great save. It's going to go over the replay. Great technique from Calvin Phillips. You know what he's got. Straight in. Goalkeeper saved it again. So goalkeepers had a save. They got a block. England nearly in again. Backs against the wall for Croatia at the minute. Fair play to England squad. Fair play. Calvin Phillips does well. Keeps the ball. Great strength. Does ever so well. Calvin Phillips in the middle. Chris has put, if we keep this up, we can beat these. Yes, we've got to keep the temper. Yeah, this is what I mean. Croatia are very experienced, but what they don't have is a lot of pace. As you get older, as you know, your pace slows down. We have got a lot of sharp and pace. Kyle Walker's looking to get my Calvin Phillips, not the greatest of balls. It's behind him, and it goes up for a Croatia kick. Now, what Chris has made a good point. You can really start well, but as soon as the opposition get a grip of the game and nullify your threats, then the game changes. It's going through. You know what? It's a great technique, great hit from Calvin Phillips. And the goalkeeper's done ever so well. You could have done with maybe a little nick or a deflection and the keeper would have been lost. But we're on top. We are on top at the moment. Ashton saying England are peppering Croatia's goal like happened in the last World Cup. But we know what happened in the second half. Yeah, you need to score your chances. Football, when people say, yeah, but it's obvious. Yes, it's obvious. But sometimes people still need to be reminded that Foden's in the box now. Come on, cut in on your left. Play it to the edge of the box. Oh, I think he thinks Mount is going to run straight onto it. And he's just put it the wrong side of Mount. I think he thinks Mount's running straight, but Mount's running towards him. Still got the ball at the moment. Trying to look little corners. Foden's it's a little bit short from Sterling. The recovery's been good so far from England. When we lose the ball, they've recovered very quickly to get themselves back in position. They're surrounding it, and now the mistake, giving the ball away. Good pressing from England. Good pressing. You got to press them. You got to press people. If you allow people time on the ball, they will run you ragged. If you allow Brozovic, if you allow Modric time on the ball, they will ruin you. So the only way to do it is by high pressing, taking the risk, taking the gamble to try and nick the ball. So a very promising start from England. But just like Ashton said, you need a goal. It completely settles the nerves and changes the dynamics. Trippier again. I can see what he's trying there. Trippier into Kane. He's overcooked it. Kane's. Oh, I don't know what he's doing there. Give Kane off a chance. High pressing again. Croatia are trying to play out. Dangerous. Dangerous play, managed to wrap it around the corner, but it's still Croatia are 2-3 yards or a second away from making the right ball or the right decision. But if they ease away into the get, Modric has just done that. He's the best. You know what? Name me a better player, everyone, who makes people when they're right next to him. He does it all the time. He's just doing it again. Then he looks like he's going one way, and he just uses it, and he just clips just tiniest touch through your leg. Honestly, it's magnificent. It's magnificent the way he moves the ball. But at the moment, yeah, what a nutmeg. He does it all the time. He did it the other day, someone on the edge of the box. I can't remember. The Croatia were playing someone in a friendly, and he just skipped past him. But at the moment, England are very much in control of this game. Very much in control of this game. Yeah, just like Ashton says, little nutmeg, little cheeky nutmeg. I've been in the garden with my son recently. I've just been saying Megs every time I kick it through his legs, but he's not quite got grasp of it yet. He's only 4.5. So what he does, if anything goes anywhere near me with the ball, he just shouts Megs. So I'm trying to let him know that you have to put it through your legs. Son. Sterling again, 1-on-1. Go on. Take him on. You've got the beating pace-wise. You've already shown him early doors. Don't beat a man a couple of times and then let him get into the game and ease off, Sterling. This is your chance. You've had a bang average season. Pep's not really fancied you this year. You've been, by his standards, average. Might be coming out that Man City, might allow him to move. Barcelona apparently have come into the race to sign him. Sterling's only 26 years old, I think. Prime's not even hit yet. Your prime's supposed to be not 27, 28, 29. No, that's your best. That's probably your best type of football. So for Sterling, this is a good opportunity for him this tournament to really make a claim for if he is going to move to get one of the big boys. If it goes Barcelona, it'd be perfect for him. Good from Kane pressing again. Make them go long. They've got a little bit of luck there. Stones. So at the moment, what might help Stones and might help Mings is they don't have a lot of pace centrally going down. So they're not really going to look to get in off the shoulder. They're not going to try and break the lines. What they will do is they'll get the ball in between and then they'll try and do little ones around the corner like they just have then. But again, they won't press you. They're experienced. They're very international football is very different, as we know, from the Premier League. They won't really high press you. They'll take their time. It's a hot day. The grass will have been watered just before, so it won't be sticky. It will zip off the grass. If it hits the ground, it will zip off, which is what you need. Perfect football conditions, warm, but the grass has been wet, so it's nice and silky. Sterling tries to wrap it around the corner, gets a little bit of luck. It was a bit of a hit and hope, really, into Mount. Mount's now picking up the ball, looking lively as ever. Go to Sterling. Sterling back to Mount. Not much on. He's 1-on-1. He's 1-on-1 at the minute. Goes to half a yard, whips it. Little nudge in the back, Foden, but he's not going to get that. Modric pops it back. And again, they've just got to clip it forward. They're under pressure at the moment. We're really on top of them at the minute. Free kick to Croatia probably, or he's going to give it the other way. Oh, he's going to England. Free kick to England. They're fuming. They're absolutely fuming. It is probably a free kick to Croatia. Kelvin Phillips is... looking at slow-mo, it's probably fair play to the ref. Brozovic is going down. Calvin Phillips I thought just won the ball quite fairly. And then the Brozovic is then saying, well, why have I not got a free kick? It's still probably about 35 yards out. What is happening? Hope you well. Croatia rope-a-dope in England, letting them excited young bucks punch themselves out. Yeah, listen, we are experts at going full-on all the time, losing our energy, and then teams picking us off. We've seen it competition year after year. You've got a good point there. And if we don't score, it makes it even harder if we don't score. Free kick into Kane. Ooh, good defending in the end from Croatia, because if he's not there, Kane puts us 1-0 ahead. Great defending in the end. It's got to be a corner. Kane can score from here. He's offside. So if VAR is going to bring that back, probably, he's offside. So let off for Croatia at the minute. Looking at the slow-mo, Kane. Would have been a corner, yeah. Rebic is not even looking at the ball. He's just put a hand on Kane. Yeah, Chris has put nearly did. Yeah, he nearly did. I think it would have been offside as well, though, to be Chris, to be fair. So, Kyle Walker. Doing well at the minute. It's only 17 minutes in. I know they've come out of the traps. They've got to be high pace because for me, if you go high pace against this team, then you've got an opportunity to win this game. 17 minutes on the clock. It's been a lively start. Let's be honest, people. It's been a very, very lively start at the moment. Modric has not really gotten the ball. Yeah, he had the cheeky megs. Brozovic has not really gotten the ball. Kovacic not got on the ball. Rebic not had a sniff. But they will ease their way into the game. That's, experienced players. But they're trying to play out there. Foden. The lads, to be fair, the lads run him like a rash. Foden, it's genius. Look at it. Thought he's not got away. Kovacic is too wise for that. Now he's come away. Phillips has gone flying in. I've heard everything. That's a bad tackle, to be honest. Yeah, Ashton, you're right. Pickford, he hasn't been tested. I don't think they've had a shot. They've not had a shot yet. I know it's only 20 minutes. They've been pending their own off. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is a free kick from the side. If Kelvin Phillips wraps his foot round and gets a little touch on it, then maybe not. But he's done well, Phillips, so far. He's done well. A lot of people would be saying, why is he in there? But he's done well. I'd have played Bellingham, to be honest, but maybe the first game, it's one of those you don't want to lose. This builds confidence as well. Again, Mount, good position, nicks the ball. Croatia trying to play out, skips inside. What's he going for? Goes for the overlap for Kieran Trippier. He's going to come back on his right, as we know. Comes back on his right. Modric nearly nicks it. And this is, for me, why you need the left footer, because he doesn't come back. He just whips that round. He just whips it with his left in that second yard box. Kane's running straight, bang, it's a goal. Every time you've got a right footer who's playing left, when the ball goes to him, forwards, wingers will make a run like he's left-footed. He'll cut back, and then the run's done. So, yeah, I'm very, very surprised. Very surprised. Yeah, reckless. It was reckless. Enthusiasm. Foden pressing like the mandem. It's 28 degrees, bro. Yeah, listen. Yeah, you got, when you're playing ball, though, especially at this level, you don't even worry about the temperature. Obviously, I've just moved back from Dubai and we were playing football. Oh, he's in behind. Sterling's in behind. He's got to be offside. Oh, why doesn't he use his left? He tries to scoop it into Kane. Why does he not shoot with his left? You got to shoot with your left, man. Just put your foot through it. Just put your foot through the ball. Oh. But yeah, I say, we're playing football in Dubai. It was like 37, 38. And you're sweating that much, you could hear the squench in your boots. Your boots were squenching with your sweat. It was mad. But this is what might help us. If we're super fit and we're playing in these conditions, likes of Croatia and people like that who want to play slow football, especially in the sun, this is where you can do them. If you go for it in the sun, high press, high tempo, you can catch them out. And at the minute, we've been by far the best team. 20 minutes, we put it on. Sterling's been excellent. I've got to be honest. Don't know why I didn't shoot with his left. Swing your left, son. Swing your left. It might hit someone. It might go in. The keeper might parry it out for Kane. It could go in the back of the net. Swing your left, man. You can't keep getting in these positions and letting them off by not swing. So we've hit the post. The goalkeeper saved one. We've had a block from the goalkeeper, and Sterling's got to shoot. That's 4 decent opportunities to be at least 1-0 ahead. But we're by far the better team at the moment. By far. Croatia have not really got into second gear. And that's down to our pressing. So Mount has done really well. He's one cuts inside. And he just dinks it over to Sterling. Sterling's had a touch there. You know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt. His first touch brings him slightly back. If it puts him slightly in front, I think he would have swung his left. But his first touch has brought him literally 2-3 inches this way. So for him to shoot, he'd have to wrap his whole body around on his weaker side. It's not going to happen. He don't have that in the locker. Not many people do. You might fall over and dislocate your hip. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That was his first touch. That was poor. That's why he couldn't take the shot of his left. Chris has put, I also think this game will be about fitness in the heat. Yeah, it will be. Normally the fittest team are the ones that go on to win the game, normally in all football matches, to be honest. Especially if it's like your 0-0s or your 1-1s and it's close. If England go 2-3-0 up now, game's done. Game's done because you can sit in, you can let them come and break you down. They've not got no pace. Stay a low block and you're going to win the game. And that's why I need to finish these opportunities. The top players, the best teams in the world, they finish these opportunities. They do. They only need 1 chance a game, 2 chances a game. That's been a problem. We haven't had a chance fall to Kane yet. If we have a chance fall to Kane, do not be surprised if it's a goal, because he is a world-class finisher. For me, he's up there with the world's best finishers. I don't think no one can argue with that. Sterling's gone down. Is he all right? First time Croatia, I think I've got in our final third. They've managed to play their way out at the moment. Modric got the ball, nearly loses it. Well done to Mount. If you can keep Modric in and around the halfway line, because they don't have a lot of pace going down the sides, I say that, and as I say that, he goes in the final third, and he's not got another free kick. The ref at the moment, for me, I've got to be honest, I'm not moaning because I'm an England fan. Obviously, I'm English, but the ref at the minute, it's looking a little bit obvious that he's not willing to give Croatia any free kicks. It looks like he's not willing to give Croatia any free kicks at the moment. And he's favoriting England a little bit when it comes to the free kick department. That's all I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at the refs. Sometimes you get that in refs. It's a human nature thing. It's a human nature. It's interesting to see where the ref's from. Whipped in the ball, decent cross, but Tyrone Mings, decent. He's big lad, isn't he, Tyrone Mings? As much as I am him, and I think he's a liability at times, if you're going to put the ball into the box, you know he's going to be the one to obviously get his head on it. England set it quite well. Kane's really deep. Everyone's back in the England half at the moment behind the ball. Croatia just walking, taking their time. Obviously, with the heat, like Chris says, you've got to take your time. You can't rush these things. Kovacic out, skips inside, swung his weak foot. I don't know what he's got. I don't know who that is. Who was that? Kaltia Carr is his name. I can't remember how you pronounce his name, but yeah, he looked very uncomfortable. He's a left-footed, but he's cut inside. He's gone to swing his left, and he's got it all wrong. Just going over that Foden one now. Perfect execution. Look at his technique. Just skips it to the side and just puts it. Just looks to pass it in the far corner. Hits the inside of the post. Talk about unlucky. How many times you see them at the inside of the post and go in at the back of the goalkeeper? The referee is paid off. That old chestnut. No, you never know. It's a subconscious thing. You're only human. Sometimes refs do favourite certain things, or like we do as humans, for whatever reason. It's a good 25 minutes. It's a very good 25 minutes. Sterling's got that half a yard again. Have a shot. Maybe not. Maybe not. Sterling's looking bright, though. He's looking very bright. What he's got, that's the second time it's happened. He's ran inside, and there's oceans inside. And that's how Foden got the opportunity. And rightly so. I'd be shooting from there as well. He's got it all wrong. But yeah, it's good movement. Good movement. Croatia fans are going mad. Mings is up for the battle all day. It's just the pacing behind. There he is. He's done well. He's done extra well to get back in, because I thought he got a little bit. Good job that they're not exactly lightning up front, because Mings was in trouble then. Very good. 26 minutes from England. Got to be honest. Should be ahead. They'll be a little bit disappointed that they're not. They've had 2 or 3 good opportunities. They're more aggressive. They're quicker at the moment. Saying that, ball comes in. Oof. First time Croatia have got down. They've got down Trippier's side. And like we said before the game, Perisic is very good at getting in at that back stick. For me, he's one of the best in the world, as in wingers, who comes in at the back stick and gets a decent, always gets a decent position in the 18-yard box. And that's for his standard, that is a huge opportunity. The ball's come across. It's gone straight across the box. He's just inside the box. He's had time to set himself. His time to the Cudicini technique. First time I see Cudicini do it years and years ago when he came to the Prem. He was doing it from goal kicks, where normally he used to volley it straight on. He's gone to volley it, slice the volley, and he's got it all completely wrong. But Yeah, first time that anyone has got in behind the English defence, and it's nearly 30 minutes on the clock. So you've got to give him the. Got to give him a great shout for that. We've had 60% possession. We've had 3 attempts, even though Croatia have had 2, and we've only had the 1 on target. But we've had 60% of the possession, even though possession a lot of time doesn't mean, well, it does mean much. But a lot of people, when they say that they lose a game, even though they've had less possession, they'll say it matters. But a lot of the time, possession does mean a lot. Most of the while, with the team that has the ball the most tends to win. Sometimes it doesn't work like that, but a lot of the time it does. So if we can just keep this tempo up, we can keep this positivity going forward, pressing. Like Chris said earlier, though, could be a problem when we get a little bit tired and the likes of Modric gets on the ball, which he just has now, and just spray the ball out to the he's now got it back, goes around the corner. They put it out wide. You see what their game plan is. That's why I wanted Trippier. Trippier is now one-on-one, so he's in there to stop crosses. Doesn't stop that cross, but it's overhit. What you can't afford is Modric to get on the ball and be spraying it left and right. They'll get down the side and then they'll look to whip it round your back 4 in that second 6-yard box. That's their play. That's why Southgate has said he's got Walker and Trippier, because they're the best defenders, which he has a point, because Croatia's strengths are from the wings into the box. Ashton's put Sterling thinking he's Luis Suarez with that half volley. Yeah, he's got to go for it though, hasn't he, Ashton? You got to go for it. If you don't go for it, you're like, oh, why didn't he shoot? And then when he shoots, you're like, whack, Rosed. England's back 4 did switch off a little with Perisic shot. Yeah, exactly. And he's very clever. So instantly, in a right back's first instinct is to think, right, well, if a ball's coming in from the left, I'm going to get level with my centre off. That's what I'm going to do. Perisic knows that Kyle Walker is going to come this way. So obviously it's reversed for you on the camera. So he goes deeper, knowing that if the ball does come for him, Kyle Walker's not going to be able to get out for him. If he goes on Kyle Walker, it's a matter of a header. If he stays off him, you can then react off that. So I wouldn't say we switched off. I would more say that Perisic was a little bit clever in the position that he picked in. Good defending again from Mings. Rebic's not had an opportunity. If he does have an opportunity, we know he can finish, but he's not had an opportunity at all. And then again, neither has Kane. He's not had an opportunity. At one time, Perisic linked to Arsenal. Wenger didn't go for him. Yeah, well, we all know about Arsenal's transfer dealings. Never great, let's be honest. We had Yaya Toure, didn't we? Somehow we got Kola instead of Yara. Madness, absolute madness. Medavi, hi, how you doing today? I am doing, hope you well. First time I've seen you in here, so I really do appreciate it. How are you today? Is it warm where you are? Are you in the UK? Where are you in this beautiful world? And are you watching the game? Where are you watching the game? So we have 30 minutes on the clock. Very good 30 minutes, got to be honest, from England. Being impressed with the intensity. You can see why Rice is in there. I don't even think we've mentioned Rice's name. He's just in there to make sure that they don't get any space for Modric. They've got into the 6-yard box again, but Tyrone Mings, right, as much as I've hammered him, if you want someone just to defend crosses in the box, then he's very good. Perisic again is breezing past Phillips, cuts it back, but it's a little bit slow. Rice has probably just he's going to put his foot through it. That's why he's in there. Soak it up and put your foot through it, son. So Medavis, I'm in the US watching the game as well. I'm doing good. Good. What part of the US are you in? Well, me and Curtis wanted to try and get to Florida for next month, but because of the COVID and the travel restrictions, I just don't think we can get over. So yeah, watch part of the US. I love the US. We're taking my family, hopefully when the traveling can go ahead. But yeah, what part of the US? Oh, you're not going to beat Sterling's done ever so well there. Ever so well. Trippier back to Pickford. Pickford's got to put his foot through it, and that's exactly what he does. Croatia have steadied the ship a little bit at the moment. Steadied the ship. England have, I wouldn't say eased off the pace. I just think Croatia have had more of the ball. And that's your best form of defense, to have more of the ball. We started off really, really well. Got to be honest. We did have some opportunities to take the lead. Excuse me. We didn't take them. And at international level, you've got to take them. At the top level, you've got to take these half chances. We will get more. I do believe we will get more chances. However, we have dominated the game, and we did in the last time we played Croatia, and we lost that game. So there's no reason, there's nothing at the moment to see that we lose the game. But you've seen international football, or any football at the top level, one chance, one game changes games. Look at the Man City and Chelsea Champions League final, you know, half a chance. Look at the World Cup finals, half a chance. When the level is at the top level, you don't get 4, 5, 6 chances a game, proper chances to put the game to bed. You might get one golden opportunity. So we've got to be deadly. We've got to be deadly. I'm the Midwest, Omaha, Nebraska, not far from Florida. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I like the US. I know the US has its crazy problems. We all know that. But as a country, I think it's unbelievable. I love it. Foden, great touch again. Magician, this kid is. That's not hard, but still looks good, don't it? Absolute magician. Love this kid. Love this. I remember seeing him at 15 years old when he was at Man City. I took a kid on trial, and he was fantastic. 15, getting the ball, tiny kid, balance, low center of gravity, move the ball, takes risks. And again, what I love about him is he said he plays football like he does on the park. And that's how we should breed our players. Problem English philosophy is when it gets to coaching, we don't allow kids to express themselves like South Americans, like the Spanish, like the Portuguese. Go and play like you're playing in the school park. Go and play like you're playing just in the cage, Power League. We take that out of our youth. Man City have allowed him to continue that. And that's why, for me, we see that he's rare. When in hindsight, we've got millions of kids like Foden's. Millions around England. We just don't mold them correctly. So 34 minutes on the clock, good half. Again, few opportunities. Pickford now with a long kick. I think Calvin Phillips has done extremely well. Rice, his job is to just condense the space. He's done that quite well, even though he's not had anything to do really on the ball. Off the ball, he's been magnificent to, you know, condense the space so Modric and Brozovic can't get on the ball. High pressing again, making them make mistakes, so they have to go back, put them on the back foot. It's the best form of defense. They're going to have to go long now. They go long. You would expect Mings or Stones to win the header, and that's exactly what happened. So at the moment, the game plan is working perfectly. Croatia cannot do anything about it. Our game plan is working perfectly. We are in control of this game, but they have ridiculous talent, and one opportunity or one mistake, or you switch off and they will make you pay. So Stones now back to Pickford. Pickford's probably going to come out wide to Mings. Mings now gets the ball. Keeps it. Medavia said, what you're saying is spot on about how we grim. Yeah, I mean, our young players. Honestly, it used to happen when I was playing. I remember when I signed for Peterborough in 1998, and they said to me, you may have to stop dribbling as much. And I was like, what? Just stop dribbling as much. I was like, well, you signed me because I run past everyone every time I get the ball. And they adapt your game to play a game a certain way in England and kind of stop you from doing the things that you're good at. It's changing a little bit because coaches are now my age and we grow up on Power League, etc. and things like that. Sterling's good space again, got in the middle. Foden on the edge of the box, very tight. Mount trying to get the ball. Sterling's been magnificent this half. I've got to admit, Sterling has been absolutely magnificent this half. He's finding the space right in the middle, and still no one has picked it up because they don't really play a deep midfielder. They don't play an anchor. They don't really play anyone within that area. Obviously, Kovacic is in there now, Brozovic, but they like to get forward. There's oceans When we get the ball deep, there's oceans in and around the centre circle where Sterling can come in off the wide and get it. He's got it from 2 throw-ins from Trippier. He's got it again near from Mount. He's got to keep coming inside and utilising that space because it's causing problems because then he's on straight on the back 4. We've just not had, it's not really fell for us, to be honest, when he's got in those opportunities. But the proof is there. The proof is in the pudding that that's the space. And they're not putting anyone in there, Croatia, to stop that from happening at the minute. Sterling's just done it again. He's looking lively as hell. He's just popped it around the corner to Kane. Kane's a little bit deeper. We don't want Kane there, let's be honest. We need Kane further up the pitch, in between the sticks. But Sterling at the minute is looking lively. Sterling has been magnificent. And if anyone says any different, then I don't know what game you're watching, to be honest. But he's done really well. Ashton, it's true. Places like South America, Brazil is where players express themselves the most. I mean, look at R9, Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Zico, etc. Right, Rembrandt, I'll come back to that in a minute. Is he offside? Kelvin Phillips is offside. Exactly. We stop our kids from doing tricks. We stop our kids from really expressing themselves. And don't get me wrong, you watch a game and you don't really see tricks on football no more. We call them FIFA players. But what that does is that allows them, it builds their mentality to allow them to try things when they need to try it. And that's what makes you a better player or makes you stand out. You know, look at the players there. How many people have done tricks? Modric did a Megs. It's the only trick you've seen in the game. But if need be, there might be an opportunity where you need to do something magical and that wins you the game. And that's why we should encourage people to do these things and should encourage people to play football how you want to play football with a smile on your face. And then integrate the foundations of being a footballer, the holding it up, the vision, the understanding of the game. Add that to these special talents. And that's how you get special players. And that's exactly what they do in South America, Spain, Portugal, Holland, used to be in Holland a lot, nearly everywhere. That's exactly what you get. And the reason we rave about Foden is because he's the only one who's been allowed to do it. And it's no surprise that he's at Man City with Pep. There's no surprise because he expresses. Sterling's in again. No, it's Walker. Walker's somehow managed to get in behind Croatia, but he's not been able to wrap his foot around it. So Medovi is saying, I'm a coach here. I'm a coach out here in the US here. They were doing the same things. It's been changing though. Yeah. And now you can see a lot of the young American players now. I think they're at European clubs, aren't they? So they're playing, some of them play Champions League. Some of them play high level. They've done really well. So you can see that it's changing. And America have got a good set of youth players. Good squad. Facts. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Let the kids develop their talent first. You always coach them later. Exactly. You could coach them later on. Encourage them to use their left foot. Encourage them to do things. Oof. Croatia were nearly in behind. Little collision on the right side with Walker, but he's managed to get into Pickford's hands. Just let them play football, and then you coach them in the end. I sometimes go and watch kids' football, and you've got and I'm talking 8, 9 years old, and the right back gets the ball, and the coach is saying, kick it over the top. Kick it over the top. Fair enough. Sometimes kicking it over the top works. Sterling's in again. There you go. From kicking it over the top, Sterling's in again. Oh, but they've wrapped him up. They've wrapped him up. Handball. Oof. Is it right on the edge of the box? Who they gave handball to? They gave handball to Sterling was in. He's gone to flick it over Calais to Carr, and he's handballed it. I mean, is his arm in a natural place? Would you say his arm's in a natural place? But this is like a penalty. This opportunity at this level is like a penalty. But yeah, I think it's crazy how we don't allow kids to develop. Yeah, some of the raw talent I play with South London that slipped through the net. Sometimes my jaw dropped. I've done seen a lot of football. I've seen some unbelievable players, and probably you have, who never made it. Don't get me wrong. Taking the football from cage football, five-a-side, to get it on 11-a-side is a different skill. You've got to understand the game. The pitch is a lot bigger. It's not about certain things. It is a different game from 5-a-side. But if they've already got the talent and they're very good on the ball, that's where your coaching comes in. So who's taking this? I mean, listen, if Kieran Trippier scores this, then fair enough, I'll take it away. But I've never seen him score a free kick. Has anyone of you lot seen a Trippier free kick? He's got what? He's had one for England, has he? One good free kick? He's had one good free kick. This one better be a good one. Straight into the wall. Straight into the wall. Game has slowed in intensity slightly. Yeah, the game has slowed down. So now they're screaming for an handball from Sterling. I'm not sure it was, but the game has gone down in intensity. Like you said, like Chris said earlier, though, you can't keep this tempo up. Just get looking at this free kick. Execution is not bad. I just think you're too close to get it up and down. You ever notice sometimes you want to move the ball back 2-3 yards so you get it up and down. When you're too close to the 18-yard box, now gravity defies it and you can't get it up and down over the wall if it's 6 foot. They're big lads. So if you bring it back a yard, then you've got a decent chance. But Ashton's put, do you think that that's why most South American ballers play for Barca, Real Madrid rather than Man United and Liverpool? Yeah, I do. I think the adaptation from South American football, especially to English football, is very different. The only ones that really do well, thinking about it without going too deep, are the ones that have that more of an aggressive, high-tempo attitude that come out of South America. Your Sanchez, your Suarez. They're very different South America players. Tevez. But then if you look at the likes of Veron, players like that who play the South American way, they're a lot slower. Technically, they're so good. But the Premier League can be a little bit too pace-wise. Because in the Premier League, the ball's sometimes like a hot potato. The standard's not the greatest, as in playing great play from Stones. He's managed to come in. Kyle Walker's going to go flying out, but he's not. Yeah, and I think you bang on. I think a lot of South Americans would prefer Spanish, Portuguese, even German football. Oof. Great defending from Mings in the end. Great defending from Mings. I think they prefer it, but it's a good point. It's a good point, Ashton. Kane should took it. I'm surprised Kane didn't. Perisic again trying to get in, but Mings does well, stands up well, and manages to just get a foot in. Not a Trippier for memories. I think he's only scored one free kick, hasn't he, for England? Does he take him for Atletico? Does anyone know? That didn't go to plan. No, it didn't. Yeah, does he take free kicks for Atletico? I've not seen a lot of him this year. I've got to be honest. I think Atletico don't really play the football that I like to watch. We are that far away, I'm telling you now, from getting a golden opportunity. That far away from getting a golden opportunity, I believe. I believe we are. Right, half-time whistle, people. Let me know your thoughts. We started so well. We had the best opportunities by an absolute mile. However, Croatia seemed to have got a little bit of grip of the game. The heat will obviously cause the intensity to go down, as Chris was saying. And that's when players like Modric, Brozovic will start to come in the game when they get that half a yard more of space. But I think everyone will be very happy. I think it was a decent half from England, and I think Southgate will be happy with that. Really do. Chris has put, bring Saka on, will you score? Yeah, well, he'll just run in behind, won't he? Energy. Medavia said the Croatians have weathered the storm very nicely. Let's see what Southgate does in the second half. I think you bang on with regards to the weathered the storm. I think we let them off. I really do think we let them off. I mean, we had half chances, let's be honest. We didn't have clear-cut chances. We had half chances. Josh has put, I don't think so. Ash has put, Trippier and Koke are usually over the ball for Atletico. So has he scored any this year? And you got the likes of, I mean, Kane's not bad at free kicks. I've seen him. Mount's not bad at free kicks. So, but 0-0. Well, I think we've been the better team. Croatia did ease into it a little bit, but I think we've been the better team. I think we're in control of it. Tony C's put being on top all first half, just need that goal. Yeah, I would say probably 90% of the time we've been on top. To be honest, I really do. Rio's on now. Rio definitely dyes his beard, doesn't he? Rio's a year older than me. He definitely dyes his beard, dyes his hair. He's on his Arteta flex where he's dyeing his hair all the time. Don't look that bad. I might have to dye my beard. I dyed it not long ago, actually, and the missus really liked it. I might have to dye the beard. Grow it back, dye the beard. Right, just going over the analysis on the BBC, right? They're just going through how shape-wise, disciplined and defensively we've been, so they're not causing the problems with us. He's had Rice and Phillips, which has worked quite well in there. So Modric and Brozovic has not been able to get the ball. The space is very, very tight. And tactically, it's very good from Southgate to asking his team to play a certain way. Because if you play another way, you're going to allow Croatia to dictate this game. And that's one thing that we can't do. We can't allow Croatia to dictate this game because they will win the game. And for me, I'm very, very much, when I coach the odd time and things like that, and if I was, and the reason that if I was going to coaching, it would always be, or managing, which I won't, but it would always be about high pressing. I would always press high, unless I was playing Man City or Real Madrid, well, not even Real Madrid, or someone who's going to bop me off. But other than that, I would always press high, mainly because if you press high on anyone, you're not going to give them time to do anything with the ball. But they're just going now. If you have a look, the setup is very good at the moment. The positioning is very good at the moment. And when people come out of a hole, people are not, I wouldn't say filling in, but they're moving. They're moving. If one goes, the trigger goes. That triggers that one. The next one, go forward when need be. But if not, come back. And there's a trigger again. Always a trigger when you lose the ball or when you have the ball. One triggers, two triggers, three. And at the moment, they're doing it extremely well. I've got to be honest. Extremely well. That free kick is the reason why you don't leave James Ward-Prowse at home. Yeah. Hey, listen, you could, it'd be, you know what I like about that? If we could do like the NFL, just get him on for free kicks and things like that, would be great. Just going over the chance again where Foden's hit the post. Couldn't do, and you know what? I'm not going to go into that trap and say he couldn't do anything better, because he could have scored. But you know what I mean. Normally it hits the goalkeeper as well, don't it? And then goes in. But Sterling again is lively. Just looking at the replays, Sterling again involved. Phillips as well to Sterling. I think he should have shot there. And I get what he's trying to do. He's off balance, so he's trying to put it back through his legs. But I think he should have tried to old school Romario and toe poke it. What are they saying on the BBC? What's Frank and Rio saying on the BBC? I can't turn the volume up, can I? Get done. I'm trying to lip read Rio to see what they're saying. I'm trying to lip read Rio. But I think it's been a good off. I think it's been a very good off. Medavi said, don't let the numbers discourage you, bro. You're doing a great job. The numbers will come. Yeah, listen, it's a compound effect. I'm very self-development. I study that. Everything is a compound effect. Even though I've got, I played the game for a long time, nearly 400 professional appearances. It's not as easy as I just start a YouTube channel and everyone's going to come. It's a completely different audience. You've got to do your worth, your content. I'm very knowledgeable of the game, but also I'm very unbiased of the game as well. And like you say, the numbers will come. We've been doing it about 6 months now. But it's all about momentum. So this for me is a very, very long-term thing. Very long-term. We're going to build a community. We're going to build things around this channel. It's a very, very long-term thing. But I really do appreciate the support. I like how it helps people through the days. It like how you can ask me questions, anything to do with professionally, because there's not a lot out there where people can ask about the professional side of it within a professional camp, being in it for so long, the psychology, etc., and things like that. So that's why I did this, not only to bring you watch-alongs and knowledge, to maybe answer questions that sometimes, a lot of the time, believe it or not, it's very hard to get answers from within the game. But I appreciate the message. It means a lot. No attempts on target from Croatia in the first half. Must leave their coach worried. Yeah, they're not looking like they're creating anything, but it doesn't take them long. That's the problem. Phillips is making good runs beyond Kane. Yeah, and that surprises me a lot with Phillips because I thought he would be just put in there to hold, just hold, but he has got forward. He has got forward. Rio raving about Phillips right now. Yeah, I think Phillips has done extremely well. I think Sterling's been our best player. I'm not gonna lie. I think Sterling's been our best player, but Phillips defensively has been very good as well. I never listened to Ferdinand or Lineker. They talk nonsense. I think they say the same things and the right things a lot. I think Rio's quite good, but like you say, he's not. How can I put it? I think he should be more honest. Medavides, are you an Arsenal fan? Yeah, big Arsenal fan for a very long time. Nearly signed for Arsenal. But the deal didn't work out, which was a bit of a nightmare. But hey, memories. So yeah, big Arsenal fan. Rio is praising Tyrone Mings at the moment. I think Mings has done well. I think he's a liability when it comes to movement, but Croatia don't have a lot of movement. They just want to kind of back in, and that's what Mings is in the squad for. Mings is in the squad for. Mings in starting 11-1 because we had to, but he's in the squad and in the team to, cause problems and not make it easy for the centre forwards, and that's what Mings is good at. Just looking now, Brazil against Venezuela tonight in Copa America. I'm waiting for one of the big boys to play in that game. In that tournament, that'll be good. What pundit speaks the most sense to me? Ashton has said. So I'm trying to think who I like. I wouldn't say I'm not similar to him, obviously, but I do share a lot of his views, and I do think sometimes he's a little bit ruthless and he goes over the top. But to me, Roy Keane is probably the most honest, best one. He's a little bit harsh. He's a little bit blunt, and I think that's why he wasn't a good manager. He failed as a manager because it was either his way or no way. But to be honest, he's the one who makes the most sense for me. He says it how it is. He's not care. He doesn't care who he upsets. He says it how it is. In a lot of the modern day fans might not get the way that he is because he's very old school. But for me, I like Roy Keane more. I think Rio's not bad. Obviously, Wright is good, but he's a little bit on the fence at times. He doesn't really want to upset people. But yeah, for me, Roy Keane's probably the best, I've got to be honest. And I think Jamie Carragher's all right as well. At times. Aki's put BBC being positive. They're pacing themselves. There's plenty of time for the execute. Yeah, there is. They are pacing themselves. But I don't. It's very hard to put your foot on and off the gas or switch the light on and off. That's what we say. Because games, it's like a pendulum. Momentum is very important when it comes to football. Momentum is key, to be honest, when it comes to football. And that's why it's very hard to turn it on and off. You would have gone to a football match or maybe played in a football match where you just turn up and think, oh, we're going to be all right here. We'll just turn it on whenever. And all of a sudden, you can't get into that rhythm because the opposition have already turned their switch on. That's the problem. So, I knew a guy whose kid was at Arsenal 11. He was like a mini Sturridge. Dad said Arsenal's academy was racially biased and forced the black kids to be strikers, which is lesser education than midfield. Right. I'm going to go on this briefly. And if this is something that maybe one of the people will speak about later on, without getting too deep into it at the moment, is it's a subconscious thing within sports. It came from the NFL. And the NFL did an experiment where they started changing players around and realized that they were doing it wrong. So basically, and that's a problem with football. When I was young, he's quick, put him on the wing. He's quick, put him up front. And the thinking positions in the NFL, and it's very much in the football. So the thinking positions in football, your center midfielders, etc., were predominantly given to white footballers. The fast, non-thinking positions were predominantly given to black players. And you see if you go over the whole history and you go over up until probably the last 15, 10 years, even in football, nearly all midfielders would be white. And the wide ones would be black, and up front would be black or mixed race. That started to change now because football has changed and coaches have changed. But yeah, it's a valid point. It does happen in football. It's a subconscious thing that people don't know they're doing, They're just going off stereotypical history. If someone wants to know more about that, we can do a video later on about that. But it would be a good topic to speak about. But it came from the NFL. The NFL did an experiment and they started changing it around and noticed that they were doing things wrong. Good point. Roll right, what's happening? I know you just popped in. Hope you are well. Thoughts on Trippier at left back? One, I don't know why he's playing, can't use his left foot. Gareth Southgate said that he's playing in there to stop crosses because Croatia like to get down the sides and put balls in the box. So far, so good. Got to be honest, they've not put anything in the box. However, when he's got down in the final third, 3 times he's had the opportunity to whip a ball across, or twice, and he's had to cut back because he cannot use his left foot, which I find incredible for a professional footballer. That's my thoughts on that. Thought he had a decent half, but doesn't have the ability to get down the byline and whip crosses in which we wouldn't help us a lot in that good early spell. Well, like you just said, before I read that, I'd already said, like you say, so we all bang on roll right. We all bang on, absolutely bang on. Chris has put right, he's one of his favourite pundits, right? He's good, but he stands on the fence too much, sits on the fence, should I say. Medavi has put England has created chances through the throw-in. Need to do some more with the ball. Your thoughts? There's so much space in the middle behind Brozovic and Modric. They don't want to come too deep. And that's where Sterling's gotten a few times. And I think we need to use the ball a little bit more and look to clip it into Kane because he's got oceans in front of it at the moment. If Kane gets a chance, we take the lead. There's no doubt. Magarala's put, we will win. Hope so. I really hope so. First time I've seen you. Thanks for popping in. I know that you're busy or watching the game, but appreciate you coming in and popping in. We are taking very smart. I think we're playing well. And I think if we switch off, it could cost us, but we need to keep the level of what we've been doing first half, defensively more than offensively, because I think we'll get a chance to get in behind, but if we switch off defensively, it could cost us because they do have enough talent. Henry was a thinking player. Yeah, Henry could have played everywhere, but I guarantee you if Henry grew up in England, they probably would have just told him to do one thing. And that was just run. And they would have probably stopped him becoming as good as he can. French football is very different. Very different. We've seen a completely different philosophy. But Henry was just a clever footballer and he was allowed to be clever. By the way, nearly all footballers are very clever. Throughout my career, I was a forward. I thought I was. I liked goals. I then was asked to go and play as a wide, as a 3. I ended up then being like a right winger. But defensively, no one hardly ever got past me when I was to play wing back. If someone got injured, I had to quickly play wing back. But then towards the end of my career, about 31, when I dropped into non-league, someone put me in the centre midfield and I still play centre midfield now, and it's always been my best position. I should have been a centre midfielder. Didn't have to score goals. Motor, absolute engine up and down. Very good on the ball and can see a pass. So I was probably always a centre midfielder. But because I was quick, because in my youth team I was always quick, I just thought I was a right winger and everyone thought I was a forward. So sometimes I've got a little boy now, as you know, and he's very young, and we'll just let him play football. He'll just play football and we'll do little drills and he'll just play football. But I will be able to tell by the way that he plays what position is best for him. Because if you ask a right winger to play at right back, if they're not brainy enough, they'll get it wrong, and vice versa. So I think you just need to let the player develop. Ashton, I've always wondered why there aren't any black first-team coaches in professional football. I mean, Rice and Mason got the role coach. I don't understand it. There is a lot of subconscious racism in sports, in the workplace, in the world. We've even seen it with Black Lives Matters or whatever. And people are making excuses now that this is a political stance when actually you're just supporting equality. But because it's matched to Black Lives Matters, people don't want to do it. But this is an excuse. We're back underway, by the way, second half. I don't think Croatia will be as bad. John Stones has done ever so well to keep up with Perisic. Into Mings. Mings took a risk. But there's a lot of subconscious racism in football. And people say the race card is very hard to understand unless you're a black man, how subconscious racism works. and then people just think you're saying the race card. It's very hard how it works. We do, but everyone does subconscious racism. I may do it to a white person. I may do it to an Asian person, a Chinese person, not realizing that you're actually doing it. It's only when you become aware of subconscious racism that you pick up on it. Actually, that's the wrong thing for me to do. Pick up on yourself. But one, there's not a lot of black coaches because a lot of black players don't really want to go through the dreaded journey of being rejected 24/7. So there's less. And then two, I'm not sure. You got to remember that people who run these clubs are very old school. Like my grandparents, God bless, have both died now, but very old school. And they see it as, do we want a black manager? Will it be this on the club? Will it be that on the club? So unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. And it's something that I don't think will go anywhere. Walker is faced with Perisic. No, was it Perisic has gone into the box offside. Perisic is, you don't really get into a game. It's just offside as well, just offside. But I think that's what it is, Ashton. It's a subconscious thing. Henry could have played goalkeeper. He probably could have. all round superstar. Ashton, what was the most important lesson you learned in football that you could teach someone else invested in making a career out of it? The most important, there's loads of things. Mings nearly gets himself in a little bit of problem. Croatia, Rebic, who hardly touched the ball, has decided to press a little bit higher. Kovacic has got the ball. Oh, he's dived in. Bad tackle. He's dived in, yellow card. The ball's just got away from him and he's managed to go diving in. At the minute, they're just not getting any joy. Mount goes in. Rice and Phillips they're just swarming them. I'm not sure whether I think it's just the way he's gone in. It's a little bit aggressive because, yeah, it is late. Mount wins the ball but kicks it against Kovacic, and it looks even worse. Teammates as well, so he won't be happy. But no teammates at international football. I would say the number one thing, depending on what level you're at. So if you're at a level, say you're already in a certain level. In fact, no, you know what? Say you're doing okay in a youth team. I remember I was on fire, and at the time Arsenal were showing interest, Newcastle, a few other clubs, just rumours. And I'd had a few good games, 20 I think it was. And a coach I had at the time called Wayne Turner, he'd come from Luton, I think, to Peterborough. And he said, listen, there's a lot of hype around you at the moment. There's a lot of people interested. Simon Davis and Matthew Ebbington had just gone to Spurs. He said there's a lot of interest in you at the moment. Oh, well done to Mings. Mings a good position at the end. You know what? And I always say Mings has got bad positioning, but he's done well there. John Stones has covered up. Throw into Croatia. Good defending in the end. They don't look solid though, do they? It looks a little bit imbalanced. And the coach said to me, sorry, Ashton, the minute that you think you've made it, you're at the start of failure. And it stuck with me. I didn't take much notice of it, I've got to be honest, for a long time. And I was all right. I made a good career, but I should have played a lot higher. And that was why. Modric just skipped it around the corner of a back heel. Bad cross in the end it was. I can't remember who's put it out there. England could be on the break now. Oof, no. They've soaked it up, Croatia, all the way back to goalkeeper. And that's what it is. And I think that's in anything that you do, whether it's day-to-day life, or the minute you think you've made it, it's probably the biggest sign to you that that's the beginning of failure if you keep doing that. So for me, yeah, just don't think you've made it. Never. And that's why some of these players, Cristiano Ronaldo now still doesn't think in his head that he's made it. It's madness. And he'll just keep going. Pickford put under a little bit of pressure there. Trippier. And for me, he's got the header wrong. Is that because he's not used to playing in this position? I am not too sure. But that's probably the best advice. Obviously, number one is you have to work harder than the next person next to you. And you have to make sure your environment is complementing your vision. So if you are in an environment with friends or people who don't see your vision, then you need to change your environment. Chris, but there is subconscious racism in all areas of life. Absolutely bang on. It's natural tribalism. We're all racist ever since hunter-gathering tribes began. It's all about family, wider family tribe, and then culture. I mean, there you go, people. They're wise words. It's in our philosophy, like men hunting, men protecting the family, It's in our philosophy. We just have to be aware, educate ourselves. That's probably the main thing, and be aware that we are doing it. And then our decision making will be different. But there you go. Great words from Chris. Modric, free kick, someone's in behind. Rice is very tight, but they're doing a job on Modric at the moment. They're doing a job. Medovi, I'm speaking as a black man trying to coach because I've played the game. There is a lot of adversity you go through. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And that's the only reason I never coached. People say to me, why don't you coach, Fran? Your knowledge is outrageous. I love developing kids. Simple fact is, the hurdles and the gates and the adversities you have to get through, the reward's not big enough for me. So that's why I just do just random help with people, etc., and things like that. And obviously things like YouTube. YouTube is very good now to be sharing your knowledge and your life's experiences. We live and we learn. Exactly. I've got that tattooed on my collarbone, actually. Trippier's done well, nicked the ball, but again, just wants to always come in on his right. Always on the right. Does well, picks out Kane, who's had to come deep. I want Kane further up the pitch. He's having to come too deep to link. Decent opportunity. Foden. He's faced with two. Has to come back to Walker. Gets it again. Phillips made a run that could have got him behind, but Sterling back to Trippier. It's died down. They're still doing what? They're still in control of this game, though. Got to be honest. Kane's got half a yard. Goes to reverse it. It's not going to happen for him when it comes to going reversing it. It's a good idea. Free kick again. Modric. Modric is getting a lot of free kicks at the moment. He really is. Management recruitment is all follow fashion. Back when Wenger was balling all types of dodgy Frenchmen, got prem jobs, Villa Boas, because Portuguese was a fashion. Now Arteta. Yeah, it's again, people don't really understand what they're doing. They just follow fashion. It's just sheep mentality. Mendovi, it's just a nightmare. You will stop it. Yeah, it's a nightmare. Got to be honest. And by the way, it's not just football. It's in all walk of lives. And it does affect all races, depending on where you are geographically. But England are doing well. We're on 55 minutes now, 53 minutes now. So we're 8 minutes into the second half. First half was very good. Let's be honest. Probably should have been ahead. The second half has started not as bright. You can see the weather and conditions is very hard. Croatia just slowly passing the ball around, looking to get Modric in the game. And they're doing a job on Modric at the moment. Rice and Phillips. Phillips has been the better of the two. Rice has been a lot deeper. Really hard to break down. But it just shows the amount of energy and tempo you need to break it down. Can we do that through this tournament throughout? Rebic has come deep. Modric, they're getting frustrated. He's gone for a shot from a very long way. If I think that's their first shot, and if Pickford doesn't save that or gets beat from there, then you're asking questions, aren't you? You are asking questions, but he's got to shoot from 35 yards, to be honest. And as good as Modric is, you'd be disappointed if he scored from there. Rice has done well, but I mean, I can do that job. What Declan Rice is doing today, I could do that job. It is so easy. He's just standing in one area of the pitch. Chris has put the biggest evil. Hello, wife. Wife's just popped in. The biggest evil is politicization of race. That's where all the problems come from. Ignore all the politics of race. Yeah. I mean, listen, people. Clearly, you can see Chris is reading. He knows how the world works. It's very important to develop your self-development on how races developed, where they've come from. There's a good book called Sapiens, which is quite boring at the beginning, let's be honest, but it's a good book towards the end, as in, again, our tribes, how we are as people, conquering different parts of the world. And I think it's very good to gain knowledge on self-development of how we work as humans to have a better look, because it will help you in life. There's a lot of young people that come onto YouTube in the channel. I tell my daughters to read certain books. A lot of the time they don't. However, it's very good to develop these skills, because you won't learn these skills in schools or universities. You will only learn these skills about human beings and about the mind and about how it works, which will help you in football, will help you in your job, will help you in anything that you do by learning it yourself. So go out and develop, people. Develop. In the meantime, Calvin Phillips has made a run in behind their centre midfielder, which is very good. He's in behind. Sterling's 1-on-1. 1-0 to England. Oh, the wife is thinking, why am I shouting at? And the neighbour's going mad and the dogs are shouting. Sorry, everyone. But Sterling, everyone's told you, Sterling, why is he in the team? Why is he in the team? I was a bit surprised. He's in the team because he's got pace to get him behind. Cameras are going absolutely mad on the BBC, but that is a great goal, very much deserved. Sterling gets in behind, first decent opportunity from the middle of the pitch, and he puts it in behind. Got a little bit excited. The missus was saying, you're not going to start shouting, but I think I've wound the dogs up next door. Let's have a look at it now. Into Phillips. First time he's made that running behind. Manages to get him behind, slips in Sterling. Sterling in the middle of the goal. Well done, Calvin Phillips. Well done, Calvin Phillips. Excellent run. Third man running. And well done to Sterling. Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips. Third man running. That's what it was needed. Excellent. 1-0. Get in there. Declan Rice is basic. I don't understand the hype. No, neither do I. Chris, yes. Ashton, buzzing. Go on, Sterling. Is that a disappointing season? He's had to deal with a lot of rejections, but well done, son. Well done. Well done. Well done. There you go. Now he's got his selection right at the end of the day. People were surprised at Sterling. I thought Rashford was going to be in, but he's put it in. And he's got the goal. But well done, Calvin Phillips. It all starts from Calvin Phillips deciding to take a risk and running in on the back of their midfield. All of a sudden, then he's in the back of their midfield. The Croatia defense don't know whether to come out. He skips inside, puts in Sterling. Sterling, 1-0. 1-0. Pickford, decent. Puts it out to Walker. All of a sudden now we've got something to protect. All of a sudden now Croatia may have to come out a little bit more. And that creates holes for the likes of Foden, for the likes of Sterling to get in more. Go on, Sterling. Mount's not really been in the game, but this might start to open up for him now. Foden's not really been in the game, but now they're looking to drift round. They're just dominating the game. They dominated the game for nearly all of it. Let's be honest. They really have dominated the game. Happy for Sterling. England flag Twitter was getting on his ass before the game. Yeah, well, listen. Same people who get on people. This is what I mean about educating yourself. They don't want to. They ignore it. So tactics are working. They've been spot on. Tactics have been absolutely spot on. Get in there. Get in there. I thought this was going to be a very, very difficult game. I've got to admit, I thought Croatia would offer more. The first round of games are never spectacular, but this is a game you needed to win. If you don't win this game, there's serious pressure going into the Scotland game. Okay? You need momentum. If we get out of the group stages, I believe we've got someone from Group F, which is not going to be, that's going to be the first real test, as in real test. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure we've got someone in the last 16 from the Group F, which is going to be very, very hard. However, we do have good enough players. I don't think it's the best generation of players, in my opinion. A lot of people say it is. I don't think it is. But there's an opportunity. Players will grow into the game. They're pressing on Kane. Kane's got to get a free kick, surely. Croatia just don't have it at the moment. They really don't. Brozovic, Modric, Kovacic, who, by the way, those three midfielders are spectacular. But Rice and Phillips have pressed them. They've pressed them and made it very hard for them to get involved in the game. It pressed them very hard. John Stones at the moment now. Foden, a little bit of space for the first time around. Sterling, who for me has been man of the match, even though before his goal, I think he was the only one who's threat. Harry Kane's coming. Oh, what a tackle. What a tackle. He's injured. Please don't be injured. Into Sterling. Back to Mount. Mount whips it across. Oof. It was just got a toe before Kane. But Kane is he collided with the post. Yes, collided with the post. Hopefully it's just, oh no, he didn't. It was Kane. It was a little bit stretched. Kane couldn't get on the end of it. I'm surprised, to be honest. I thought Kane would side foot that just maybe a little bit. I mean, the Radion through. I hope he's okay. He's got to be okay. He's our main goal threat. He's our main goal threat. Southgate putting his arm around Sterling saying, can't say the words, but I'll put it politely. Brilliant. I'll put it politely. But Kane, I mean, the replay is, yes, he's hit the post, but collided with the post, but I think he'll be all right. He'll be all right. Can't lose Kane. This is a goal. First time, so a very simple run. Skips inside, centre off, don't know what he's doing. Puts it on the other side of Sterling. Sterling wraps his foot around it. Good finish. Gets clattered, but great finish. Doesn't even know if it's gone in the back of the net. Well done, Sterling. Well done. Well done. To be honest, I hope the people who took the knee, who booed against taking the knee, I wonder if they cheered Sterling then. Unless their reason is they're not doing it because they think it's political and they're trying to convince themselves that it has nothing to do with race. But we can't switch off. All they need is one opportunity. They cannot switch off. Sterling's, Kane's all right. I hope it's not a broken rib. Yeah, you never know. Sometimes they don't look like they're bad, and then a little fracture. Phillips again into Foden. Foden's lost the ball. Mount's putting his hands up for something. Sorry, never been fully convinced by Kane. Maybe Arsenal bias. I mean, yeah, he's got to be biased. Even if you don't like the look of him, even if you don't like the way that he plays, he's one of the best in the world at scoring goals. No matter who you support, you've got to hold it to him. You've got to hold it to him. That's that. Hey, that's that subconscious bias we're talking about. Looks bad on Kane. It will be a blow if Kane's injured. We ain't winning nothing, I can tell you that. I mean, I can't see us winning this competition anyway. I don't think we're strong enough. But without Kane, we would not score a goal. Well, we would actually, because Sterling's just scored. Modric, who's not been in the game, but that's down to, got to be honest, it's down to us in midfield, making sure that he doesn't have no space, making sure that he has no time. If Sterling's just skipped past someone with a bad second touch. But that's the game plan. You can't allow Modric, those type of players, to have the ball. You just can't allow it. But what we can't do is, what I hate what people do is they sit in and just invite pressure. Invite pressure. Invite pressure. Obviously, if you invite pressure and you sit in, what's going to happen? You're going to concede. Like, stick to the game plan. Do what you've been doing the whole game. Like, still get forward when you can get forward. Oh, great first touch in there. They're in the 18-yard box now. Modric can't get him off a yard. He's popped it out wide. Comes to the edge of the box. Kovacic gets a strike. Oh, and who was it? Absolute shanks it. Rebic. It's the first opportunity that he's had in the box. First opportunity. It's come to him on the edge of the box. He's got it all wrong. Well, no, he's near the penalty spot. He gets it all wrong. And that's purely down to the fact that he has hardly been in this game. He's hardly been in the game. But huge opportunity. And that's why you can't switch off. You can't invite pressure. Yeah, bias, mate, bias. Italians pressed me the most so far. Let's see what the French are like. Yeah, Italians are very good. Italian reminded me, Chris, you remember when the Italians did the art of defending. Italians the other day looked like the old Italy of what they built their history off, which was, oh, we've nicked the ball. Very good. Mount's on the back four. Keep going. Just keep going. Free kick. You'll get a free kick. Right on the edge of the box. Well done, Mount. Broke it up. We've just got more legs than Croatia. We've got more legs than Croatia. We've condensed the space. We've closed them down. It's been excellent tactically, and then we've just looked to break on them. I wouldn't say we've sat back and we've parked the bus because we've controlled the game, but the game plan has been brilliant of when to get forward. Very disciplined, tactical masterclass so far. And I will say masterclass, to be honest, because it's worked perfectly against this team. You've got to know who you're playing against. And you've got to know how to play against him. Kane must take this. Surely he's got to take this. Pete saying, when are you announcing who won the 250 quid? I'm not too sure. I don't know whether to do it on here and then let everyone know that the winner is on here. I think maybe we should do, if England win, maybe we should do it on here when we're live rather than doing a separate video. So I can do it on here and then people knows who's won. So, right, who is it now? Mount with a free kick. Goes, oof, just clips over the top of the bar. It's great technique. It's better than, obviously, Trippier's. I thought he was going to take the first one. So, Mount, very close. Very close. Keeper knows. I think he's removed his arm. Looks like Mount is over this. Yep. Very close. But the keeper knows. Keeper knows because he's level with the crossbar. Been a good game. Got to be honest. Been a very good game. Really has. What we got left now, we've got 67 on the clock, so we've got about 25 minutes. So I'll probably stay on for about 10, 15 minutes after, and then I'll probably give me your thoughts on the game after, and we'll see whether we're going to do the thing then from the comments from the previous video. Sorry, just... Rashford's going to come on now. We need some legs. So it looks like Rashford's going to come on now just to keep the high tempo, just to keep us pressing high, because if we drop back and get more tired, there's still, 23, 24 minutes left. Things could start to change. 1-0 is never a great score, as we know. People say 2-0 is never a great score. 2-0 is better than 1-0, I can tell you that. Croatia looking to play out. We just got to preserve this energy. Know when to press, when not to press. Don't run around like headless chickens. And I think, for me, that's where they've been excellent today. That is where they have been excellent today. They've known when to press, when not to press. Good effort from Matt, Tony. Yeah, very good effort. Croatia just getting back in the final third. Corner. They're going to be dangerous from corners. They're big, they're strong, they're organized. We need to keep them away from the final third, which we have done a lot of the time. If they up the tempo, we can't control the way that they up the tempo. We understand that, but we can control the tempo of the way that we play. So we can soak it up. We know when to press. We know when to speed it up. This is where experience comes in. And this is where sometimes this stage of the game, you get a little bit worried because we do lack experience. Modric is over the ball. We do have some height. We do have Mings. We do have Stones. We do have Rice. We do have Kane. So Modric goes for the drill at the edge of the box, fires it in from the volley, gets it all wrong. But the quality from Modric, he just zings it to the edge of the box effortlessly, and he's come running in. Brozovic has come running in and he's got it wrong. He's got it wrong. So first substitutions of this afternoon are Croatia. Brozovic is going to come off. That's their first sub. Ulisic is coming on, I think, for Brozovic. And then who is coming off? Who's coming off? Kramovic is coming off, remember him. And I can't even see it because my camera's right in the middle of the screen. Foden's coming off for England. Not really been able to get in the game, to be honest. He had that chance very early on in the game. He's not been able to get in it. He's obviously coming off, and Rashford is going on. You need a phone charger. Is it up there? No. Yeah, so Foden's not really been in the game. He did have that good opportunity. I think he's done really well. Team performance has been excellent. Now Rashford's on. He has to Yeah, just keep pressing high. He has to press high. That's what he needs to do. Come on. Get another goal, make it convincing, because I think we deserve another goal. I've got to be honest. I think 1-0 doesn't really tell the full picture of how good we have been today. Don't think, for me, there's not really been a negative to come out of this game so far. There's not really been a negative to come out of this game so far. I've got to be honest. Rice has done his job extremely well. But Calvin Phillips has been excellent. Raheem Sterling has been the biggest threat, and rightly so, got his goal. Tyrone Mings and Stones have not really had much to do. They've had no one really up against them, no movement, etc. Kieran Trippier, even though he's come in, has not had a lot to do. Still baffled why we didn't play a left-sided player. I don't understand why we didn't play a left-sided player. It's not like they've got an absolute machine or world beater on their right side. Don't get the decision, but hey, is what it is. If they win, I want to say gets it right. They're going to have we've got to weather the little bit of storm. Like Croatia did with us, we've got to. Walker manages to get it, and his pace will probably get him to the ball first. You know, wins his own flick on still, this kid. Rashford, a little bit of legs. 50-50, decent challenge from both. Modric on the ball now. I keep saying, you feeling vindicated, Francis, for saying Grealish bench. Not many recommended that. Yeah, I think he's bench. I don't think he starts in this team, Grealish. He wouldn't start in my team. He's not ahead of Foden, and he's not ahead of Mount. What's Walker doing? Perisic goes for that then. You know, he's even a little cheeky smile. Perisic goes for that. He gets on the end of it. Walker's got away one there. Yeah, Grealish is, don't get me wrong. Grealish, like Kurt loves him. But for me, he's not ahead of Mount in a 10, and he's not ahead of Foden on the left. Will he play a big part in this competition? I think he will. I really do think Grealish will be a big part of this competition. And Curtis was making a good point yesterday. Foden gets the ball from Man City players. You can see today, he had the opportunity, but you can see today that he don't get the ball as much as he does at Man City, because these players are not as good as the players at Man City. And Curtis has had a very, very good point. Will Grealish get the ball more than Foden? Yeah, probably would. But for me, Foden's more of a threat than Grealish. But that's, a lot of people think Grealish has to be in the starting 11. And I get where they're coming from. Fully respect it. Italy are second most successful nation in Europe due to their understanding of defence. George Graham's Arsenal was the same. George Graham's Arsenal were phenomenal at defending. And like you say, the Italian mode of defending, they've got history of being the best defenders in the world. Trippier floats the ball up to Mings. Mings is trying to get back stick. Sterling, he gets it all wrong with his left foot. He's got all the time in the world. He's got all the time in the world. If that's on his right, he scores. He's not the best of his left, to be honest. He's got all the time in the world. Look, bounces, folly, gets it all wrong. Leaning back, don't get his knee over the ball. Bad execution from a professional footballer, I've got to be honest. Phillips has won the ball, and then he's kicked it out of play. I'm not too sure why. Because John Stones was getting back in, so he's kicked it out of play. Phillips has been outstanding, and a lot of people will say Phillips should be man of the match. I still believe Sterling's man of the match for me because of the season that he's had. For him to come in and for him to get the goal and cause the problems on the back foot, he's been excellent. But I can see why Phillips would be a lot of people's man of the match, because of the way that he's played. He's condensed the middle of the park. He's got him behind. He gets the assist. And, you know, he's not had a lot of international caps at all. So I can understand why people would choose Phillips as their man of the match. But mine, so far, is Sterling. Ben White's warming up. Interesting. Ben White on loan at Peterborough 3-4 seasons ago. Now he's in the England squad, and he might be coming on to replace John Stones. Hopefully, John Stones has just gone down with a little precaution. He's just trying to manage the game, because what you don't want to be doing is getting injured in the first game. That's what you don't. Ike's put, would I take Sterling at Arsenal for 60 million? Yeah, of course I would. He's 26 years old. He's got so much more football to offer, but we wouldn't get a player of that caliber. he would be asking players, why am I not getting the ball in certain areas? He would be passing to players and he wouldn't be getting it back. You've seen what happens when top players come to Arsenal in a mediocre team. People hammer Willian. Willian came to Arsenal hoping that players would be on the same wavelength as him, and they're not. So all of a sudden, Willian looks really bad, but Willian don't go bad overnight. Willian's a top-class player. He's just got a shocking team around him who, when he gives them the ball, they don't give it him back. When he gets into an area where Chelsea would give him the ball, Arsenal never gave it him back. So for Sterling, it would be an absolute worst thing he could ever do to come to Arsenal. But he wouldn't come to Arsenal. He'll go another top team. Another top team. A Bayern. A Barca. Teams like this, they'll be wanting him. You've got no chance of getting him at Arsenal, unfortunately. Not a chance in hell. Modric now on the ball. Kovacic, man. They just can't do anything going forward. I don't know if you can hear that, but someone's lowering the lawn. So if you can hear that, let me know, and I'll shut my window because it's kind of hot in here. But I'll shut it. If you can hear that lawnmower in the background, let me know. And those dogs barking, can you hear them? Don't want that on here, do we? We've got to stay switched on. There's what? 13 minutes. You're going to have stoppage time from a couple of injuries. England so far, it's been, you could say, it's been near perfect performance against the World Cup finalists. Let's be honest. It's been near perfect performance, but we can switch off. I'm going to close that window. The dogs sound like they don't like next door's lawnmower. And I definitely don't like it on YouTube, I can tell you that. But yeah, all it takes is switch off at international football, top level, and before you know it, it's 1-1. So we've got to stay switched on. Croatia make a third change. Rebic is on, who's been poor. Yeah, it's been very poor. And Petkovic is on, I think it is. Yeah, Petkovic is on up front. Rebic has had no, he's had a half opportunity and he absolutely shanked it. I should just put your kid in the dogs. I know. You know those little dogs, those little yappy dogs. They chase the neighbour's lawnmower. No wonder he never cuts his lawn. Sterling's off, coming off. It looks like anyway. Don't worry about the background noise if you're hot. Now I'm all right. I've got no water in that. We can't have background noise. It'll ruin the vibe, won't it? To be fair, Chelsea fans said Willian was very hot and cold player. He was all past his best when he signed for Arsenal. He was definitely past his best. I've got to admit that he was past his best. But you could clearly see that he didn't do well because the team around him were poor. Team around him were very, very poor. Oh, no, I thought Sterling's was coming off. He was just running somewhere else. Ashton's laughing at me. So, 1-0, 10 minutes left. Been scrappy, let's be honest. Since we've scored the goal, it's been very scrappy. Both teams not creating anything. Us not taking any risks, sitting on the 1-0. Croatia not having any pace to try and break us down. So it's been scrappy since the goal. In fact, since the goal, it's probably been the worst period of the game. Hence, that's why we're talking about the neighbours' dogs. So it's been scrappy, but we can't switch off. Croatia have been poor, but that's also down to the fact that we've been very good at closing them down and making sure that their best players have not been able to get on the pitch, to get on the ball. Sorry. They've just, whoever's near Modric, they've just said, mark him. Whoever is near him, they've just marked him. He's not had a yard. He's got the ball now, but they're quite happy for him to get the ball. He's the deepest player at the moment. He'll just clip the ball, obviously, wide. That's where you want Modric. That's where you want Modric if you're playing against him. You want him as deep as possible because if he's high, he'll cause problems. They've managed to get out. They're down the side now. We've got plenty of players in the box. They'll put it down side. Sterling doing the doggy work. Love to see. Just make sure you don't get beat. Make sure you don't get beat. And it'll just fall over and Yeah, they've just fell over. It's good. You know what I've seen? What I've liked? I've liked the ref not just giving free kicks away because they've fallen over. Sometimes refs get conned. Can England see this game out? Yeah, I think they can. There's nothing at the moment that threatens England going forward. Bellingham's coming on. The man, the boss, the wonder kid is coming on, and he will pressure. But this kid thrives off pressure. He'll bring someone on. He needs some legs in the middle of the park, and that's what this kid has got. He has got legs, that's for sure. He's just telling him to probably sit down. Don't need to bomb forward. We know he likes to run forward, but he don't need to bomb forward. But Jude Bellingham is coming on. One of our greatest stars in the making, this kid. I am telling you now. Who's coming off? So Kane's coming off. That must be for precaution. So Kane's coming off. Jude Bellingham is going on. I'm not sure who will go up top. Someone's probably going to go up top. I'm not sure who's going to go up top. That's a weird one to take Kane off. I think we're just protecting him. So David's put, you know what, Grealish on the bench. Really, I'm flabbergasted. Villa fanning Ibiza. He wouldn't have been in my starting team. I've got to be honest, David. I've got to be honest. I mean, Mount, number 10, best in the country at the moment. Foden, would you change him for Burnley? Where would you play him? But I can understand why people have got a Grealish argument. Very, very talented, but just don't think the way that Southgate started this game that he fits in. There's Jude, first involvement, wins the ball twice. What a player this kid is. I swear to God. Rashford's in behind. Oh, Jude Bellingham. Love him. Absolutely love this kid. Kane looks annoyed. Yeah, it's a strange one. I'm not sure why. Maybe he's just protecting him and saying, listen, I need to protect you because I need you for us to go further in this competition. You're going to get us goals. But he'll want goals. Kane's a winner. He'll want goals. Jude Bellingham's first introduction, wins the ball, gets up, wins it again. Love him. Love his style. Love him. He's in there to condense even more space because there was no space before. Kovacic and Modric probably thinking, what is going on? They swing it round, easy cherries for Pickford. I just can't see where Croatia are going to get a goal here. I really can't. Yes, it's the first game of the tournament, so I'm not getting excited, I can tell you that. But it's a very good win. It's a comfortable win as well. Got to be honest. It's a comfortable win from England. They've been terrific all around the pitch. Yes, Croatia have not been the best. Let's be honest. They've not been the best at all. They don't look like a World Cup finalist from the last competition, that's for sure. However, I do think Southgate has got his tactics and his team selection right. Could have been very different if they had anyone who could run on the right side because Trippier could have been in trouble. But at the moment, it's paid off. You can't complain. But at the end of the day, when a manager gets it right and they get a win, you have got to give them credit. You really have. Yeah, Chris has put commentator's curse. It happens every time, you know. Honestly, Chris, every time I do it, especially on the radio, it happens every time. I'll big someone up to give the ball away. I swear the players know when they listen to pundits that they've just been mentioned. We've looked comfortable all afternoon, to be honest. You're spot on, David. We've looked very, very comfortable the whole afternoon. Whole afternoon, we've looked comfortable. Nothing going forward. Calvin Phillips has been outstanding. Sterling's been outstanding. Rice, still not convinced. I still don't know what he does, to be honest. I really don't. Another sub, 05 sub. Kovacic is on. He's very frustrated. You can see his frustrated figure. He is off. And it looks like for the first time in the game, they're probably just going to lump it in the box rather than play it around the corner. But that's fine. We've got Mings, we've got Stones, we've got Rashford, we've got a couple of big dogs at the back. We've got Rice who can put his head on the ball. Modric is just going to put it in the box. They've gone really deep. He's not going to touch the ball. Straight into Pickford's hands. Good defending. Very good defending. I'm not sure what the ref's given there. Kalate Core is not happy with Walker. Not happy. And you know, obviously the Croatians and that part of the world is a tough set of people. He's got away from Stones. Push Stones in the back slightly. Got Stones in and around. Gives him a little jab to the chest. Stones has obviously gone round and said, "Mate, you can't get away with that." I'm not sure it's a free kick, though, is it? I'm not sure. A lot of centre-halves will be thinking, how is that a free kick? I remember most of my career, you get put in headlocks when it came for the free kicks, but it has changed now. We know that it's changed. 85 minutes on the clock. England going to win this game. Let's hope, because it would be a great first win. But I think if they concede, if they don't win this game, they will be hugely disappointed, because they've controlled this game. They have controlled this game. Ike has put, is it Ike or Ike or Ike? I don't want to get it wrong. We'll go with Ike, yeah? If Southgate picks Grealish versus Macedonia and he bangs a hattie, he basically creates a monster for himself if he prefers Grealish on the bench for big games. Do managers think like that? No, I don't think they do. I think they think game to game. They will have a little bit in their mind, say, right then, obviously I'm going to play this formation, but you got to remember, everything based on the first game, based on the first formation, what works for you. So this has worked very well, offensively and defensively. So if he does play Jack Grealish, and Jack Grealish is worldy, he then puts the pressure on himself, like you say. But he will only go with what he thinks is the best team to win the game ahead of you. And as much as Gareth Southgate people think, oh, is he good? He's done well with this England team. So we have to give credit where credit's due. And these players want to work for him. So I do think it gives him a headache. You're right there. But I don't think he is the type of manager to over worry. Game by game is the key to anything. Compound effect. Game by game. You play what's in front of you. How are you best equipped tactically to play against what's in front of you? Today's got it right. Today's got it right. Trippier, questionable. I still don't think he can be judged. Clash of Edge. Got to stop. Clash of Edge. Never good. I still don't think we can be judged on that decision. I don't get why that was the decision to play Trippier there and to leave Chilwell out of the squad. I think Chilwell will be involved. I also think Shaw will probably definitely be involved. But for me, he just looks to always try and get Trippier in the game no matter what. I don't get it. I don't get it. But it's not backfired on him. It could have backfired heavily. Could have backfired on him, but it's not backfired on him. So another stoppage. Calvert-Lewin's going to come on now. We know what Calvert-Lewin's going to do. He's going to cause problems. He's going to look to run in behind. He's going to be physically very strong. Be interesting to see who they bring off now. He's got to start to protect some of the players that he's going to know are going to play a lot. He's going to have to start protecting a lot of players. David has popped in. This is the most talented team in ages. I'd love Grealish playing, but Jesus Christ, it's a difficult one to select. But Grealish should start. I get it. I get why. Listen, it's a toss of a coin when it comes to where Grealish should play. I'm not sure what position I would play him and who ahead of. And yes, don't get me wrong. It is a talented squad individually. But as a team, I'm not sure they're great. Let's put it this way. It's wrong for me to say I'm not sure they're great. Do I think that they're slightly overrated? Yes. Do I think that we have had talented football squads, England squads? Yes, I can think of many. However, individually, very, very talented. Individually. Just Southgate needs to get them as a team. And on today's performance, it's worked perfectly on today's performance. I just think when you've got a team with more pace, when you've got a team who move the ball a lot quicker, we could come unstuck. Just because technically we're nowhere near as good as a lot of other footballing teams, to be honest. But yeah, they're very talented. They're very talented individuals. Yes, talented and team are two different things. Yeah, of course. I mean, you've seen, look at Villarreal against Arsenal. Look at some of the teams that have won the World Cups and the European Championships. They're in behind at the minute, but no one's up with him. Thankfully, no one is up with him. And that's where I think that it's really played into our hands. Croatia have got no real pace getting in behind. When we've seen them in previous competitions, their pace was devastating. You look there, no one is up with Perisic. No one was up within 10, 15 yards. The old Croatia, someone's in there, bang, it's a goal. So I think I don't want to take too much away from England. I think we've been outstanding. However, I do think this is a bang average Croatia team. Great feet from Rashford, good strength, gets blocked out. And there is Trippier using his left foot. Still can't get my head around it. Kicks it straight out of play. So Calvert-Lewin is coming on for Sterling, who has been excellent, absolutely excellent for me. Sterling has. He's done the horrible side of the game, and he's scored a goal. He was the brightest first half. Excellent. Chris has put, have you noticed England are hitting through balls consistently too hard? The ball is moving too fast. Is it the heat and the high air pressure? You know what it is? I think it's warm, but the grass was watered before. I'm not sure whether it's still be zippy. The heat's probably dried the pitch out. But when it's watered, as you know, it zips through quite a bit. You can probably see there, Tyrone Mings, when it skips up. So maybe the grass is still a little bit of zippiness on the pitch. But yeah, it could be to do with tiredness, not getting the right execution. The more you play, the more you get used to it. But yeah. Never play straight balls. People play straight balls too often. It's either going to get cut out or it's going to zip through to the goalkeeper. Has to be slightly on an angle. To be fair, Croatia, I think, are the oldest age team. Is that right? Yeah, they have the oldest average age of, I think, 29 or 30. Now, don't get me wrong, 29 and 30 is not old as an individual. But if you've got 5, 6 players, 34, 35, then high pressing and pace becomes a problem when someone who's got a lot of pace plays against you. It's a problem. If you're going to go toe-to-toe technically, then Croatia are going to be a problem. And they've nearly got in. So that's twice now they've got in behind down the sides. That's what they could not do in the first half or for most of this game. They've only done it the last couple of minutes, got in twice. And Gareth Southgate, I think, has got it perfectly because he knows that that was their game plan. He knows that there was game plan and it's worked for them. So well done to Gareth Southgate. Well done to England. Jansen, thanks for popping in. Now see you're doing a watch-along as well. Came to the show to support you. Yeah, it's best to do watch-alongs. You make sure you put the notifications on. We're not going to do every game because a lot of people only want to see serious games. So we'll do the England games. Oh, Modric with another Megs. He's outside of the foot. Just overcooked it to Perisic. Well done to Walker. But we'll do the decent games that we think are going to be decent. But yeah, thanks for popping in. I think I might do the old... competition after this game. Let's do the competition after this game. I gave everyone enough time to put their comments in the Ben White video. I think it was that I put. So make sure if you haven't, go and put your Ben White video, comment in why you're subscribed, and then we'll go on YouTube and we'll choose the winner at random tonight. Why not? We'll choose the winner random tonight, and then whoever it is, if you're not watching this video, if you've not tuned in, make sure you tune in. I will let people know that the winner has been selected on this video. And let them know it was towards at the end of this video. If some people want to pop in, because I know a lot of people are watching this game out and about. I know a lot of people are allowed out to get a drink or whatever they may be doing to watch this game. So yeah, I will let everyone know. But yeah, we'll do it on here. We might as well. I think I can do it on here. I'll be able to screen share on here and select the winner. So that's it. I think people. Great result for England. Let me just tweet. They've got a throw in now. Imagine they scored now. Not going to score now. We're going to. Yeah. That's the game over. That is it over. Great win. Got it right. Tactically. Great win. Great win. Southgate got it right tactically. I put Cone on, but hey, that'll do. That'll do. Not sure why we didn't have the old left back going on. I mean, what are your thoughts on the game? I thought it was a great win. I thought Croatia were bang average, but I also think the way that we played really helped really helped. That's probably, I said the way that we played made Croatia look average. I would say that the way that we played. Well done, Sterling. Phillips was outstanding. Foden, etc., couldn't really get in the job in the game. Neither could Mount, but I thought they were. I thought they was excellent. I've got to be honest. David, but cheers for the commentary. Villa fans subbed to your channel from Sunny Ibiza. So on the next one, yeah. Good towards get the different fans in from different clubs. That's what we need. We're not just here for one club. We're here for all football in general. Absolutely excellent support. I hope you're enjoying the sun, Dave, and you take care, mate. Croatia were average, should have won 2 or 3. Yeah, I thought Croatia were average, got to be honest. They're not the old Croatia, but we have to take it away. This will build confidence. We should now, that's all you got to do really is win one game to get through. If we have Group F, that is where the big problems are going to be. But I thought it was an outstanding performance all round. I thought, could it have cost us in the end? It didn't, because Croatia did not have a lot going forward. But yeah, well done. Well done to England. Got a well done to Southgate. You've got to hold your hands up. You have got to hold your hands up. So I'm going to now go and have a look and see if we can get on here and see how we do it, because I've not done it for a while. Here we go. Right. So here we go. What I'm going to do, everyone, I'm going to screen share with you to make this day perfect and see who won the 250 sheets. So let me screen share with you, and let's just read out these comments. Dave's put cheers for commentary. Crow for what average. Tony C's popped in and he's put, well, he's been here for a while actually, all game. Hope you've loved it. Great win. We was a yard faster all over the pitch today. Their lack of pace was a problem for them. Yeah, I thought it was tremendous. That's a good thing about youth. Sometimes later on in the competition, will it work against us that we don't have a lot of experience? Maybe so. Winning tournaments, winning games, etc., against the bigger or better nations. Not bigger. Oh yeah, bigger as well. However, when you're playing an aging team, when you've got a lot of youth and a lot of enthusiasm, it can work for you, which will be excellent. So let me screen share with you, everyone, and let's see what we get here. So screen share, we are on. Right, here we go. Check that we are screen sharing. Right, so we are live. Let everyone know we've been live for a while. I'll come back to the comments after, so keep putting your comments in. So this is it, so everyone knows. So we're going to choose the winner from, like we said, if we get a house subs, we smashed it, loved it, support. We've got another one at 1,000. So you share this video, get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to get my hands on a PS5 or the cash. If you want the cash instead, when we get to 1,000, that's what we're going to do to build this community. And we've got so much more in the locker for you. So if you haven't already and you've missed this live and you've missed the competition, hit subscribe, get in the community, because we're building. We're going to be building fast once we get over that 1,000. And we've got a lot of content coming for you very soon. So yeah, I'm going to go over to the screen. I can't see you on my screen now. So we're going to go to the Ben White video. And we're going to, here we are. We're going to pick a winner. There you are. And we're going to pick a winner. No, that's the wrong video. Don't want to do that, do we? That wouldn't be fair, would it? Right, let's bring this screen down. Here we are. That's better. Right, here we are. Pick a winner. In the bottom corner, you can see that I'm doing. We're going to pick a winner from all the comments. That's exactly what I asked you to do. I asked you to put a comment in. I asked you to tell me why you subbed and why you're here, which is great, for a chance to win the cash prize. However you want it being paid out to you, please let me know. So this is what we're going to do. Choose from all the comments. And we're going to pick a random winner right now. Are you ready? Let me know. We're ready. Give me a good thumbs up if we are ready. Not a thumbs up. Give me just a yeah if we're ready. I don't want people going to the toilet and missing it. Let me know if you're ready. By the way, because we've only got so many people watching this video, if you are the winner and you are not on this video, please contact me through a message on YouTube. Give me a comment. What I will do, I will make it very clear that the winner was picked on this video in our next video, and people to come and check it out. So all the best, everyone. All the best. First one. By the way, if it's the wife, I will redo the competition. Okay. Picking a winner. So Greg C12. Greg C12 is the winner. He said he one of his comments was he loves Saliba, but don't think Arteta loves him directly, directing some films. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that was about Saliba. We had that conversation. He did comment, did tell me why I subbed, and that was continued as in the conversation. So well done to Greg C12. I really appreciate Greg C12 coming in. Make sure you contact me. To everyone else, unlucky, but stay tuned. We have content, build the community. We will be doing giveaways. I won't just wait till we get to 1,000 to do giveaways. We will do small ones. So, Greg C12, congratulations. You have won the £250. I really do appreciate it. To everyone else, commiserations. I'm sorry it obviously couldn't come in handy, but we will continue to do things, okay? We will continue to do small prizes along the way. I think it's good to build community, get people involved from small prizes to big prizes, and really helps us grow on a daily basis. Make sure you hit the notifications for when we're doing videos, because sometimes I might just do one live on here. Don't tell the wife though, because she'll be moaning about the bank balance. However, I really do appreciate one tuning in. We had a great day. Christian Eriksen is on the mend. England won today, and Greg C12 has won himself 250 quid. So great to see everyone's support in the group. Look, people are saying, you know, no bitterness. Jansen's saying congrats to Greg. Obviously, Yanni's saying congrats to Greg. Tony C is saying congrats. It's excellent community. I love to see that, people. Love to see it. Chris has put, looks like Southgate did his homework around the World Cup semi-final against Croatia. Definitely done his homework, and that's the sign of a good coach. Is Southgate the man to take us to the level that we need to? He's got a very good relationship with the players. They work for him. They believe in what they want him to do. And yeah, he's in control at the moment, and we really, really need to get behind the team. But that is me done for today. I'm going to see what we're on. Tomorrow's games, we will see. Look out for the Daily Vibe. The Daily Vibe, I will mention the competition winner again as well. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in. I hope England winning has really put a smile on your face and put the last 18 months behind us. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your spare time, and keep smiling, everyone. You take care, and thank you ever so much for tuning in for this watch along. See you later.